You're listening to the Did You Hear Show.
Yo, morning, folks.
With your host, Jason Garvey.
Yo, what's happening, folks? Welcome to another episode of the Did You Hear Show. I am joined by my engineer to me right, Mr. Martin Murray. How are you?
I'm all good, bud. Yourself?
Oh, not too bad. You're looking well.
Thanks, brother. So are you? You
Thanks.
look good today yourself.
Do we?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fucking in bits. I'm hungover to bits. I was out last night and yeah, it's not good. The smell of that Irish Power energy drink, which is fabulous, doesn't smell so good to me right now. I was drinking vodka and Red Bull, so the next day smelling Red Bull isn't good. But we have a new cameraman. Ross, say hello.
Hello.
Thanks for having me. Yes, Ross.
Are you nervous, Ross? He's sweating. Once the live button is on, that's it. It's a different ball game. Today we are joined by a good friend of ours who kept us laughing through the whole of lockdown. He's friends with Git. He has his own podcast called Stalla. It's Joseph McGucken. Did I say that right?
No, you absolutely didn't.
I said it wrong when Darren was on as well.
Say that again, Jay. That was funny.
No.
Where'd the L come from?
What is it, McGucken? No, McGucken.
I'll let you keep saying McGucken. Joseph McGucken.
I'm just going to call you Joe. Is that all right, Joe?
I'll take that. I'll take Joe.
How are you, Joe?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, I'm not too bad.
You look well yourself.
Do I? I don't think. I think that's a lie.
No, it's not.
I think it's an empty compliment.
No, not at all.
I'll be honest, I lied when I said he looks good.
Yeah.
Look at that hairstyle.
Straight to his face.
What's that now you're going with? Is that Brill cream?
Let me
or?
see. Okay, right. There's a bit of a delay. Okay, Jesus, that what it looked like. This is. I just went for the natural look today, as I do most days. I don't have the time and energy to make myself look good. Look, I tried to shave underneath my neck, and it's just all lopsided. I can't do the. You have a very neat beard. That looks like it's painted on. It looks like
I maintain
a Lego beard just put onto your face.
I maintain it all the time. I always give out to Jay Farrell. So Jay is a normal co-host who would just be sitting here to me right, but unfortunately his father passed away, so he's not feeling up for doing the episode. But Jay, we love you. I think you, buddy. We hope you're all right.
Thanks, Jay. I am here.
Yeah, I know. He just doesn't want to be on camera. But I always give out to him because he gets his hair cut and then he doesn't touch his beard. But obviously, if you just tidy up, with little electric trimmers, you just tidy the lines, it stays fresher for longer. But Jay, after he gets a haircut, like 2 days later, he gets stragglers everywhere, and it just looks like he didn't get his haircut.
Yeah, to be fair to Garvey, he has to get this right because everything below that is fucking chaos. It's just a free for all down there.
It's
not pretty.
How do you even do that? If your head's back and you're looking up at the ceiling, like how can you get the
Joe,
line
your look
right?
is perfect. We just cut Joe Natural. That's what we just.
Joe Natural.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
really like that.
Do you not
That's
use an
me.
electric razor?
I do, yeah.
So it's
I do
handy
it with an
enough.
all over though. It's the line I can't get right.
Right.
People look like they use rulers and like a.
He does.
Look at that.
It's like Rick Ross's beard on his face.
Lift your neck.
Bouse.
But see, that's why I just rather go to the barbers. Do you know what I mean?
When it comes down to a point.
See, when I let
Or treble.
my beard grow, it kind of just goes everywhere, Like
Yeah.
it literally just goes woof.
You have a good beard, to be fair.
Yeah, it's
No,
so
I do.
neat. Did
I
you
know.
just shave today? Do you shave your beard every day?
Every single day.
Wow.
So basically, I have that the razor that they use for the skin fade.
Yeah.
It's
Are you
like
not all the
two-
same? I'm like,
No,
I'm so bad at this.
Basically, they have the two little bumps. I'm fucking. How the fuck?
You're doing well. Come on.
Yeah, I'm still
The
drunk.
barber has two little bumps and
But basically, I use that.
probably get that looked
It's skin tight. It's skin tight. So I just top it up. So when my barber shaves it, as soon as a bit of stubble comes back, this razor only gets rid of stubble. It doesn't take long hair off.
Okay.
So I just run it over my cheeks every day, and then this little part on my head because it's like.
I know that when you're the little box thing that they use for the skin fades. Yeah, I know what you're on about.
It's literally.
so like in the morning when you wake up, will you have a few hairs grown back?
Yeah.
That's mad.
Every
What about
morning.
there? It looks like. How is there nothing growing there?
There
is
is.
that by design?
No, that's
definitely
literally
by
the
design.
same. That's the same thing. I have to shave that as well. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Now it doesn't
Freaking
grow.
class to cut his hair.
It doesn't grow like as much as hair, but
Do you
that
have
does
kids?
be too. Yeah.
How do you have the fucking time to do that every? Morning,
He just
presumably.
Well,
neglects the
my
kids.
family left me, Joe.
They just starved downstairs. Dad was starving. Shut up, I'm shaving me beard.
I missed a bit. Shut up.
It literally only takes 2 minutes though. It literally does, because it's like I said, it only picks up the stubble. So I literally just go boom, 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 shake the room.
I like that. You do the forehead, you shave your forehead.
Yeah. So Joe, for anyone who doesn't know you, they just give us a little quick rundown about who you are and what you're about.
Did you not do your research?
No.
Tell us what's cooking, McGucken.
Oh, you said my name right.
There you go.
I'm a sketch comedy writer, podcaster. I have a podcast with Darren Conway. I have
Who's that?
he makes videos on the internet. You know him, the fella. He
Oh.
dresses as a clown, hides down the sewer.
Oh, that fella.
Yeah, yeah,
Red
yeah.
nose now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, that's rude. I wasn't thinking of. That joke.
Yeah, so I make funny things, I suppose. And I have a show on RTE Player called Free Gaff, and we're making season 2 of that at the minute. We're writing it, so we're excited about that. And
Happy days.
that's
And
the.
speaking of writing that, was that all written by yourself, Darren and Jer, or is there like producers involved in that, or what way does that work?
That was all myself.
Right.
The other two had nothing to do. No, I'm only messing up.
Someone had to make the tea.
Yeah, myself, Jer, and Darren.
What I need to know is who came up with the idea of the little band?
We just wanted something crazy in it. Originally, we had thought of having like a photograph, like a family photo on the back wall, but the photo talks and
No,
moves like
yeah.
in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But we said, what if it was like, what if they had like, originally, so I don't know if you've seen the Killian Sutherland episode. We had the idea of him coming in and the spotlight shining and stuff like that. And from that, we said, oh, and there's a little house band, but it's literally a little tiny house band.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of
But
where the ideas come from.
someone came up with that idea. Which one of you was it?
I don't even know. Like, we're all just sitting in a room together.
It definitely
And
wasn't
there's a-
you then. Because you'd be proud of that. You take that straight away.
I can't take it away from the lads either. I'd never say that. I'd
Dude,
never
they're not
say
here.
that.
You take it. It's yours.
Darren was talking shit about you the whole time he was on here. So
It's very abstract, like the young ones or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
how long did it take us to film all that?
2 weeks.
For the whole
2.5
season?
weeks, yeah.
That's
for the
good
whole
going.
season.
Was it?
It's crammed in. It's a busy 2 weeks.
Many
for
hours
the
a day you
weeks of
doing?
shooting. Oh, like 12-hour days. Some that, yeah.
Jesus.
And
Yeah.
tell us, Joe, is that your full-time gig? Like, is that?
It is now. It wasn't up until last year. I was working as a content creator for Boyle Sports. I was running their social media and stuff like that, making sketches for them and memes and just updating their social media, their Twitter.
That's
Oh,
like a
really?
lethal job, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Like,
class.
do you ever see like the likes of Paddy Power, for example?
That was the obvious
Yeah.
one.
Whoever runs their social media, like
Yeah.
that's class. Like, do you know what I mean? How did you
you
get into
think
that?
that-
I think it
think
was like direct competition for him.
I'd say it's
No,
hard
I
on
know.
the looks, though. I'd say there's a lot of fucking, like, don't get me wrong, some people are just on the ball and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're well clued into all that stuff and you know exactly what they're doing, when they're doing it. Some people just have that creative mind, like, but I'd say it's still hard to, like, come up with, like, were you competing with Paddy Power? Like, would you?
I mean, Paddy Power have a massive, big budget with a huge marketing team dedicated to, like, they have so many people on a panel of tables coming up with ideas and content constantly. And it was just me for Boyle Sports. So I was all of that. And it's not just making sketches, it's doing the practical stuff like promoting their bets and stuff like that. Like what specials they have on that day and updating, like if Cheltenham was on, you have to be putting out the next race card and then the results and stuff like that. So it was very mundane. Making the sketches was obviously the best part,
Yeah.
but you have to balance that with everything else. And I was working from home and there was 2 kids at home and a newborn baby, and it was just stressful. It
Yeah.
wasn't as fun as it probably sounds. or,
Yeah.
you know.
I listened to your podcast and Talking Bollocks, lads. Like, you've been through a fair bit as well, like, so that on top of your work and all, I'd say was hard. But do you think that the Boyle Sports stuff helped you in what you're doing now in regards to structure and, you know, schedules and things like that?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. When I wasn't working with Boyle Sports, there was no pressure on me to make sketches. But then when I started working with them, they were like, right, we need something. So first they just contracted me to make sketches and have them ready for every Friday.
Right.
And I had carte blanche, like I could have made whatever I wanted.
Mm.
And that gave me a bit of structure. You have to have something by Friday. Every Friday, you have to have a piece of content. And before that, we were just doing sketches, me and the wind-up merchants. We were just doing sketches whenever they came to us or whenever we had an idea. But your brain works differently when you know you have a goal. You have to make a sketch by this time.
Yeah.
So it helped in that sense. And also, like, the other lads from the wind-up merchants weren't as interested in making sketches and pursuing that as a career. So as things slowed down with the wind-up merchants, that came in right at the right time for me to kind of keep making sketches. And I was in another job before that I fucking despised and hated. So
What was
it took
that?
me out of that. I was working in a sports station, Satanta Sports,
Right.
Satanta Transmissions. There's like 10 different channels, sports channels that broadcast out there.
Yeah.
And I was just a transmission controller, cutting from feeds to breaks and building the schedule, stuff like that.
And I'm assuming, do you edit, like, I know Jerry Walsh is involved, which is now, I'm assuming he does all the editing for your proper content, like. But your own stuff, like, I know a lot of it is probably shot on a phone, is it? Like your smaller stuff? Or would you be literally editing on the laptop as well yourself, or do you have someone that does that for you?
I'd never shoot anything on a phone.
Really?
Yeah.
So Darren Conway does his little silly ones on the phone. I thought maybe you do one or two like that, no?
No. When I started making sketches, I wanted to go against that. Like, I wanted to make sketches that looked like Harry Enfield, that looked like The One Show. You know, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it was kind of before phones were a thing. It's before you could do like portrait modes,
It's a different
comedy
ball game
sketches.
now, yeah.
It's so much easier now to pick up a phone, and that's why there's so much of it is pretty shit. Like, you know what I mean? But when you put a bit of production value into a sketch, it adds so much. And when you have that production value, you have to have a script so you know what you're shooting and you know how you're shooting it. So yeah, I started out on DSLRs and shooting the sketches for the wind-up merchants that way.
Yeah.
Because we wanted them to stand out.
And did you edit them as well?
I would have edited them, yeah.
Right. And what would you use to edit?
Final Cut Pro.
Right.
My background is in production.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, you've always been involved in telly in some way or some sort of creation, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, it definitely helps, like, if you're down that line of work, because you know what to expect, you know what's shit and what's not. Like, I done a bit of video production. I done a few videos for companies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the stuff that they were getting off other lads was just fucking pony. It was like something that was made in Microsoft Movie Maker.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? But because it was a video, they just thought it's deadly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously, you can't have the wool pulled over your eyes when you're, you know, experienced in it. And now you're working with, again, like I said, Jerry Walsh, who was a fucking black belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
Do you think he's at the taking us to the next level now?
Yeah, in a sense, yeah. I mean, like, Jerry is just a fantastic and unique filmmaker. Like, his style, he has it's like, it's probably sounds hyperbolic, but it's artistic. It's very unique to him.
Yeah.
And then when
so
you'd
be able to tell a Jerry video, like,
yeah.
right,
absolutely. Like, you could see that. I mean, I'm probably so used to looking at his work, but he definitely has a style. And it's I don't know what I don't want to describe his style because only he'd be able to. But it's almost kind of it's almost like he makes it up on the spot. Like, it's just fly by night kind of. I don't know, but then it just looks so good. It just looks so great. Like, so he just has an idea. He has a vision. Is that my phone?
I don't know.
Oh, it is. I
That's
thought
your
it stuck
phone,
down.
this one.
It's Jer. Like, what are you saying? It's fucking fly by night.
Is it actually Jerry?
No, it's not. No.
That would have been gas. Tell me, Joe, what's your favourite piece of content that you've got out so far? Like, what's your proudest bit of work that you've done? Now, it's probably easy to say the series that you just finished.
The Free Gaff.
Free Gaff. It's probably easy to say that because of the production value that went into it, all the work that went into it. But is that your favourite? What would be your, like, love that video?
I don't even think. No, I don't think. I think there's a lot of stuff that I made that I'd be happier than. I'm really happy with Free Gaff, but I still think it could be better, and that's why I'm excited for season 2, because there's things that we wanted to do with Free Gaff, but we couldn't because we are limited. But then there's things that we wanted to do in normal sketches that we couldn't do because we are limited. But then Free Gaff brought us up to here. do you know, because we had money, we could make a little house band, like, you know what I mean? But like,
And the sofa.
Yeah, the sofa, going in the sofa and stuff, like, so brilliant. Like, can we do this? There's like shit going into season 2 that we're right now. We're like, can we have an entire mansion built with cardboard? Like, there's just weird shit going on. And it's you couldn't do it if you were just making a sketch for the internet. But I think my favourite piece of content that we made was, I don't know if you remember the Lewis driver sketch.
The Lewis driver sketch.
I'm
nearly sure I've seen everything you've done, but it doesn't ring a bell to me, the Lewis driver one now.
It was when the Lewis drivers were on sketch. It was when you made a sketch. It was brilliant.
Did they know you were recording them?
It was when they went on strike, and I just thought it was funny that they were on like 50 grand a year and they were asking for more money. So I made a sketch about it, because all they're doing is it's like pushing apples. So I got a classroom and stuff. I got like extras involved, and I got a sound guy on board and great camera guy, and we had lights. We rented out lights and stuff, and I was just really happy with how it turned out. And it was fast moving. It just looked slick, and it went viral. It was like the first viral video that we done. It was early on in
I'm trying to think now. Did I see it? I can't remember it.
Have you made enemies of every Lewis driver on the island now? Have you?
They loved it.
Did they?
They loved it. Yeah, some people didn't like it because it's kind of laughing at unions
And
a little
strikes
bit.
and stuff. Yeah.
But it was just the silly situation that was.
That's
You know?
class.
Joe,
Sorry. Jay.
no, it's just a question in from someone wants to know, how did you set up the wind up merchants? How did that become a thing?
The wind-up merchants became a thing. I was saying that I'm used to being behind the camera.
Yeah.
There's a guy in the wind-up merchants, David McDermott, and for years I've been getting him to make sketches. I've been trying to get him to make sketches, and I have a little bit, but it wasn't until our mate Rory came back from Australia, and then the two of us were able to say to him, there's a potential here, like, to make a really good YouTube channel. There's no real good Irish sketch comedians. We can make some good sketches. And then David was like, oh, right, okay, we'll do it. And then Rory could get behind the camera, and then I could be in front of the camera with David. And then the first thing we made was like a Fintan McCormick sketch, and it just snowballed from there. Daryl Carter, our other friends, then got involved, and then it was just the three of us. It just kind of grew from there. How
many subscribers do you have?
On YouTube, I don't know, like 6,000 or something like that. But on Facebook, it's like 60,000.
Right.
That's early.
Yeah.
So Facebook would kind of be as a platform then where you'd be doing.
Yeah, it's where we started, and we focused all our energy into it.
Yeah.
And now Facebook is just for L ones.
Yeah.
Well, look, we have 60,000 L ones gone. Very good. Very funny, that, isn't it? Like,
Do you find it to be a saturated market? You were saying how much easier it is now with the kind of newer phones and stuff.
yeah, I don't know if it's a saturated market, because again, it's easy to stand out if you just make a good production.
If you know what
I
they're
don't
doing,
know anyone else making good. Like, there was Chaps Eye. They made some good sketches when we started out, but I don't know anyone else that's making high production value sketches.
So who would have inspired you, Joe?
Harry Enfield, as you said.
Harry Enfield would have been an inspiration. I don't know, like,
Well, like,
Would you get trippy like Mighty Boosh kind of stuff?
yeah, but that's what we kind of go for in
When
free gaff. Like,
Yeah,
we let ourselves be a bit crazy with the thinking process,
Yeah.
so you can do that way.
and it definitely is crazy.
Yeah,
That's what's funny though. That's why you watch
It's
that
so
stuff.
like it's Borat-esque, some of it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's just completely like, how the fuck did you even think of that? Like the sofa falling down. Obviously, everyone loses shit in the sofa, but the way it's done it was brilliant. What would be your favourite video, Martin, that the lads have or Joe has? Or?
Same as I said to Darren, I just think the two Git ones were the absolute bee's knees. I thought they were deadly. Even the second one, Darren was saying he didn't think the second one was as funny. I thought it was funny, or I thought it was deadly.
Did you?
Yeah.
I prefer the first.
Do you prefer the first one as well then?
Over the second one?
Yeah.
I think I prefer the second one,
Yeah, I would as well.
because actually when we were looking at the rushes of the first one, I was like, there's no punchline in this. It's not. I mean, it's not like, there's no formula to it. It's just silly,
Yeah.
which is great. Like, you know, and people obviously. It was, when we put it out, I was just shocked by the reaction that I got.
So fucking good.
Yeah, it's
man.
brilliant.
Yeah,
The production on
so
them was
good.
brilliant, I thought.
But
I think
there's more jokes. There's more of a structure in the second one, so I like the second one.
Even
a
just
bit
popping
more.
up behind the door, I thought was funny. Like, just there's a little horror theme to it. Like, it's good. Do you know what I mean?
When we had Jerry Waltz on, he was saying like it was filmed in a fucking sitting room, like.
Yeah.
It's
With
gas
him
how we
down
made it
the
look.
yeah.
Sorry, Jay, were you gonna say something?
I was just saying, even in the first game, you know, I think like the dryness of it as well. Is like, I think you said something along the lines of like, smell down there or something. All Darren's like, but you zapped. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just that, like that dryness and all, was fucking brilliant. Like,
But yeah,
really, like, and although you said there's probably more punchlines in the second one, I think the funny ones, or the first one was just equally as funny.
Yeah.
You know.
I just love like all the. I love the recent one with the bleeding. The rollerblades now, like just remember, like so fucking stupid but brilliant, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my favourite one would definitely have to be like all the Bagsy, and you're the king of Bagsy now. You Bagsy'd Bagsy, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
No,
I
see,
didn't
there's a war here. Darren said he bags it.
No, Darren said he did.
No,
No,
Darren said Darren did.
oh, did he?
Yeah, I think he said he did. He said Darren said Darren Bagsy did.
Right.
What do you mean?
So he Bagsy the term Bagsying. So he
you
won the
can't
whole
Bagsy
game.
now.
You can't Bagsy out off him.
I can Bagsy something off him.
No, he said that's dead in the water now
Yeah,
because
said
he Bagsying.
Bagsying,
I
yeah.
think Bagsy might make a comeback.
Yes.
I think there's something there.
That's
Oh,
it, Joe.
Something cooking, all right?
Everyone loves an underdog story.
Yeah.
Rise from the ashes.
So come here, what did you lose to him? You lost your potential wife.
I lost my car.
Yeah.
I lost my fiance. Did she say yes? I can't even remember. Did she say yes in the
She was
video?
about it.
She was about it anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
My kids, the kids.
He bags your kids as well, did he?
Was it a laptop as well?
For a few days, that must
the
have been
laptop
great.
is in the car. He Bagsy that, yeah. To ring, yeah. Oh yeah, and then he fucked in the water.
He was saying
Gas as well, that was, yeah.
he was saying that there was plans to do a Christmas episode. He was disappointed that didn't come out.
Yeah.
That
But
would've
like,
been
there's loads of
quality.
Christmases. There's loads
Yeah.
of Christmases.
Yeah,
to
I
come.
suppose,
Come
yeah.
back around.
Yeah. So there's a little peek for you for what's to come. What about you, Ross? What's your funniest?
As in regards to what I seen, there was a quick sketch there recently that I seen with the two of them, with the yellow reg.
Yellow Red, yeah.
Yellow reg was what got me, you know, you're there with your mate, and next one I see a cargo boy and the yellow reg pops up, you get your fist ready, you give an old thump. But this one went a bit-
Full on punch around, yeah.
The hell, but your man giving him a loaf and kicking the head and all.
What about you, Jay?
No, I'm with Marty, the Git ones.
They were class, man.
The Git ones, I just think they're timeless. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I said, that dry humour in it almost,
Yeah.
I thought was brilliant.
Yeah, no,
Definitely.
it is. I think they're all deadly, Joe. And like I said, how you come up with some of the ideas is just fucking gas. Like,
If you were out with your mates now and a yellow red drove past, would you punch one of them? Or
Absolutely.
expect to be punched?
no.
Dead armed.
You wouldn't? Jay,
Dead
would you?
armed. Dead armed.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably
Got a
get
dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The miss it
You said you still punch a mat when you see a 2022 car.
every time. Square in the nose, bang, new car, it's our game.
Stop. Right, lads,
No, only
we,
messing.
we move
Obviously.
on to kind of the trending topics. What's going on now? What do you make of the whole? Obviously, we haven't. We cancelled the show last week out of respect for the passing of Jason's father, so we didn't really get to touch on any of the stuff that's gone on. But Russia, Ukraine, Martin, what's your?
I suppose the same as everyone. It's mental, isn't it? Like, it's just absolute bereft of humanity. Like, there's just an absolute no need for it. It's just crazy. I feel so bad for the Ukrainian people. We were in town yesterday doing a bit of shopping for Emma's birthday.
I was saying that, yeah.
And you see the oak on Instagram? Like, we
Yeah.
just turned onto O'Connell Street and there was a big protest out in the middle of O'Connell Street out in front of the GPO. There was a couple of hundred people under a Ukraine flag and all. It was nice, like, but we didn't stick around for that now. But it's thoughts on it. It's fucking woeful, isn't it? It's like, it's horrible to watch anything, any of the clips, any
I
of it.
just can't believe that it can happen in 2022.
So
Like,
how easily it
like,
happened.
like, can someone let's look at the biggest picture here, right?
Yeah.
Surely you can get a fucking group of fucking people to go and just arrest Putin or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, lock the cunt up. He's a dangerous bastard. Why can't that be done? Like,
What's that Jason Bourne fella up there? Here's a bit about him. We'll send him in.
Just go and arrest Putin. That's
Yeah.
it.
Do you know
Just
what I
grab
mean?
him,
Like,
handcuff him, throw
it's
him on the
just
plane.
so fucked up. Like, he's murdering fucking hundreds of people. Like, do you know
He's
what I mean?
safely
Yeah.
tucked away in Moscow. Do you know what I mean? He's as far from it as possible. That's the thing. Like, he's in no danger. He's just safely tucked away in Moscow, sending people to slaughter.
Yeah, it's not
Obviously,
like he's
I
on the
know that
battlefield
can't
around.
happen, by the way. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Ideally,
In a
that's
perfect
what I'd like
world.
to be done, yeah. But it's like,
But if you take
I'm
him,
sure they could.
If you take him away, it doesn't like that. You're not going to achieve anything by doing that. Like there's 100 other people that
That
he
want the
has
same.
hired that are in a position just underneath him. Like,
Yeah.
And the thing is, you corner that dog. There's no stopping him pushing that red button.
But
Yeah.
You know?
do you think, right? Because I fucking find it very hard to believe. I know everyone's fucking brought up differently and everyone has different views. And
Oh, here's something.
you like to think, well, here's something weird.
Here's something weird.
You like to think that fucking everyone's morals are fucking straight. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But surely there's Russian soldiers that are saying this is wrong.
You'd like to think, but soldiers are conditioned to do that. And
I know.
they've trained their whole life to go and do exactly that. Do you know what I mean?
and he controls the media over there. So like,
Yeah.
although we see it from our
Yeah,
perspective, if you're a Russian soldier that's been indoctrinated and taught the whole life that all that part of Russia
But
y-
do you know
that
what?
used to be the US, that used to be the USSR. It's like us view. That's probably your view of Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Like that belongs to us.
Mm.
Somebody's not going to be able to change your mind on that. Like, do you know what I mean?
To expand on that, it would be like England invading us again.
Mm.
That's what it'd be the same as. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's crazy. That's exactly what Russia are doing. They see that as theirs, and by whatever means they want it back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's nuts though. Like the amount of innocent people dying, it's just fucking
It's
heartbreaking.
hard to watch any of it, isn't it? Like
It's and I can't stop though. I have to keep like I
can't.
am keeping tabs on it all. Like I'm just so interested to see how far is it going. Like, do you think that I could go to like WW3? Like,
Well, there's a suggestion
No,
here
I don't
that
think so, yeah.
only Chuck Norris is the man to do the job.
Send them in, yeah.
Mm.
Beyond the
Why do you think
ball,
London
just
are
got that
building
into us.
nunchucks? Because Ukraine is the only country on that side of Russia that's not part of NATO.
yeah,
So they wouldn't invade Latvia or Poland. They wouldn't. After Ukraine, like, where would they go? NATO would just demolish them. Like,
Would they though?
destroy
of
them, yeah.
course. How
I mean,
many countries-
Ukraine is holding them back. They're putting up a fucking stiff fight.
biggest nuclear
I thought it
arsenal,
would have
haven't
been
they?
over in about 3 days. And the fact that it's going on this long, I'm shocked and
I
impressed.
find it very frustrating in a
Amazed.
way. Like the response to what's happening in the Ukraine is right, and everyone's up in arms and upset. But where's the same energy for like what happens in Palestine and stuff? What happens?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like where's that? Like
I was actually in a.
it's
in a- in a-
heartbreaking there as well. It's like they're getting it worse. It's been sustained there, and they're being like wiped out, and no
Yeah.
one cares. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Well, nearly 100 years now. Well, about what's it,
Even
70 years?
That area in the Ukraine's been at war for 8 as well, and people think it's only just kind of kicked off.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's all down
that
to the
Donbass
media,
region,
though.
8 years they're at war.
Yeah.
It's all down to the media. Like, I was only thinking to myself, like, I was watching the United match before we came down here, and like, jeez, I forgot we're at the losing Mason Greenwood. Like, you just forget. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you move
24-hour
on,
news
you move
cycle,
on,
isn't
yeah.
it? It's a real
you
thing.
do. You
Yeah.
literally just forget. Like,
Yeah.
but what was I gonna
What
say?
do you think of what's going on over there?
I just, like I said, I think it's mad 2022 that this shit can happen.
Mm.
I think it's absolutely nuts.
And like literally been warming up for it for weeks and months. We've been hearing about all these troops and that border.
Years, man, for
Well, like-
years.
Yeah.
Like,
Like what you said there, Martin. Right, it's going on. I was in a taxi last night, and there was a Afghanistan driver.
Point in
And
case.
He was. I actually didn't know where he was from, and I actually said exactly what you said. Like, people are forgetting about
US and
fucking
Afghanistan and
Serbia.
Iraq and
Yeah,
stuff.
all that shit that's going on. It's literally just because it's not in the media. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But it is. It's fucking. It's heartbreaking. Like, and it does put stuff into perspective. Feel like, you know what I mean? How fucking blessed we are. Like, just.
Yeah.
I think it's mad as well that like we literally, it looks like we just got a hand on COVID, and then once
Yeah.
we look like we're coming out the other side of that, this all kicks off. And obviously we're not affected in it, but like
Not yet.
not yet. But in terms of the world, like it's just
But
It's
what's-
never ending.
What's going to happen going forward now? Like, are all these big companies like Apple, Mercedes, like all the big companies are literally cut ties with Russia big time? Like, is that going to go back when it's over? Like, what the fuck do you think is going to happen there? Like, that's a mad like
Yeah, there's a
stupid things. Like, there's a lot of Russian people that don't want this. Do you know what I mean? They're completely against it. But yet
100%, yeah.
they're losing their PSN network over it. They can't play FIFA against anyone around the world. over it, you know?
arms.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like, they're losing everything. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely everything.
I was thinking about the sports teams, like even like the football clubs, because they wouldn't have all Russian players and they're
Yeah.
getting kicked out of Europe and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
like some of them aren't from Russia. Do you know what I mean? They didn't do it.
But the
you know?
clubs...
I know.
boy.
And like you can't blame anyone for taking sanctions. Like that's what has to be done. Do you know what I mean?
Speaking of which,
They affect you the way.
Abramovich, that's mad, isn't it?
But people act like they're surprised about that though. He's been a fucking gangster since day one. They just turned a blind eye to it because it was football.
But what's the story? Try and fill me in here, because I don't know the whole situation here. Abramovich is what he's for Putin. Why the fuck would he
No,
be down
so
there?
him and a group of other people, all these oligarchs that they talk about, basically went to like the last dictator before Putin, and they made a deal with him that they'd get him into power if the dictator fella gave them all the country's natural resources. So they just took it by force then. They just went around, like Abramovich killed people to take their oil fields and stuff off them and then generated billions off it. So when he bought Chelsea, like, it wasn't because he all of a sudden he's a fucking philanthropist and wants to win football trophies. All he was doing was getting something else he could attach himself to other than Russia and Putin and stuff. So he bought that as a pure PR thing, just pumped money into it because he didn't need to make a profit off it. I was reading there that they're selling it for 2 billion and he's writing off a 1.5 billion loan. So like nearly half the value, more than half the value of the club, because he doesn't need the money. He's just using it for PR, and now that he can't use it for PR, he's gone. Like, that's all Chelsea was.
PR for what? Who gives a
Yeah,
fuck
I
about
don't
his
understand.
Because
public
he wanted to be
relations?
associated to something other than Vladimir Putin, because he was an oligarch. It will always be tied back to that in some way or shape. So he needed to be attached to something else. So he put himself front and centre in the biggest sport in the world and says, like, I own this sports club. This is what I'm doing. Takes pictures with John Terry and stuff. John Terry reposts them, so you get used to seeing him with the football club all the time. That's what they call sports washing. Do you know what I mean? The same way McGregor took the picture with Putin and they're using that like it's pro-Russian stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just sports washing. But Abramovich is obviously a very shrewd businessman, seeing his opportunity to buy a big football club, doesn't need money back from it, so just keeps throwing money into it. People love him for it. Chelsea fans love him for it. Do you know what I mean? They sang over them in its silence for Burnley.
That was scum.
But that's what they're doing.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I was a bit fucking. Obviously, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but when
That's
I
what he
seen
did,
that
anyway.
he was kind of forced to sell Chelsea, I was like, oh, that's a shame. Like,
Is he forced to sell
basically,
Chelsea?
They're in the
or
middle
is
of
he?
trying to freeze his assets, but in the UK they're saying it takes a long time to build a watertight case. So I think they've done something to your man that owned a bit of Everton. He was going to buy a bit of Arsenal. Usmanov. Yeah, but they're trying to do it. They said they're going to build a watertight case, but it takes a few months, so that gives him a window to sell the club and get the fuck out. Sure, I was reading there, his gaff in London is worth 158 million on its own.
Stupid money, isn't it?
And that's what I'm saying.
That's
Like,
peanuts to him.
Well, he
like.
milked all of the natural resources from Russia. He made a deal with the last Putin fella, and apparently Putin said he was going to get rid of all them, and that's why they all kind of started filtering out. That's why they all started trying to buy into Premier League clubs and stuff.
Okay.
So
Well-
he was kind of hiding in public. Do you know what I mean?
well, what fucks my head up, Martin, is if he's like, is he like pro Putin?
No, I don't think so. I think he's trying to like, he was associated with him because of all that stuff.
Yeah,
But I
but
think
he's
he's
not
trying.
anymore. This is what I'm saying.
But it doesn't matter, Jay. Like, if I walked in and robbed your gaff and killed you all in the process, and then 20 years I used the money after I got out of prison, I used that money to buy something. That's wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was wrong when it happened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So he's being punished for it. Like, he wasn't getting punished for it
But
till now.
why is he being punished? That's what I don't understand. Why is he being punished?
I think they're
now?
saying he used some money to like fund like some political thing for Russia or something. Just for Putin, just tying them back to that now.
I still don't know
and
how
they're
it's a
saying, like-
punishment. What do you mean punishment? He's going to make like 1.5 billion profit.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I
the
suppose-
poor you're punishing him.
No,
he's
because
only
if
going to make 1.5
if he stays,
billion.
if he stays there, they can seize all his assets, so they can take it off him. So if he gets rid of it now, he can go. Do you know what I mean? That's why he's selling it.
But then his assets is his money now.
yeah.
What are you going to do? Freeze Chelsea on him? Like take Chelsea off him?
Apparently so. Yeah.
Bit of luck.
yeah.
And wait, who will own it then? The government?
Yeah, probably. Hopefully,
The fuck?
they'd be
like?
in League 2 in 3 years.
This is what I'm saying.
Boris
it's mad,
Johnson
isn't it?
managing Chelsea.
I don't know. Obviously, there's a plan in there. Like, he's not going to go to government for it. Do you know what I mean?
It'd be
But
like fucking.
all his assets to be seized off, and that's why he has to sell them to move. He needs to get out of UK now. before
What
he
I
can seize
don't
his stuff.
understand is why is he donating so much to the Ukraine then?
PRJ.
Maybe you're right.
The money means nothing to him. He has enough money to give to fix everything for them, I'd say. But
You went to school with him, did you?
no, I didn't.
How do you know so much about him?
Knows a lot about him.
He's like getting a history
He's
lesson
Roman
from Martin.
Abramovich.
What are you doing
Martin's
every
on
once a week?
fucking fire. This is why I love Martin.
They're in the
Martin
middle of like
knows.
the only thing that's been in the news for the week. I wouldn't kill you to read one of them every now and again.
I can't even read me address.
There's a comment in saying that he's donating the proceeds to victims of war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't need 2 billion quid. He's writing off another 1.5 billion. It's all just PR to him.
But it's good PR. 2 billion. That's. I mean, what are you giving to them?
Yeah, I gave €9 at the protest because that's all the change I had on me, and that was a clean €9. I worked for that €9.
I never forget. We went to Arc Joe, right? And I think we were fucking. The taxi man wouldn't let us away with like fucking. I think it was 120 or something. Martin went in and bleeding raided his trooper box to take the money. And like, for God's sake,
That's a big made-up story.
I was like,
Did this happen?
I had a troker box since I was 14. What am I going to the Arc in a taxi for?
I was looking at Jay, waiting for him to jump on board. No, because he was believing it.
I was sitting there thinking, when the fuck was this happening?
Oh, stop! But
Everything I said in
look,
that big
it's-
rant is probably factually wrong though, but like I'm just in the mood here today to have a rant.
Don't believe
So
everything
don't
you
pitch
read.
your
Well,
wagon
yeah,
for that.
yeah,
Don't go and argue with your
come
mates
here.
over that.
There's probably
You
Russian
sounded
money.
good.
Huh?
Yeah,
You sounded good.
If you say it with authority, people believe you.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Half the
I'm
battle.
sure there's Russian money involved in every single Premier League team.
At some stage, yeah. Shouldn't
At
they
some
say
point,
between
you know?
2017 and 2020, there was like 112 billion of Russian money put through the IFSC in town?
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I
in
read
a
that,
3-year window, like, that's
Jesus.
crazy. Been a gale of the gangsters.
Joe, do you
Oh,
drive a car?
I do drive a car.
Is it electric?
No.
How much is it to fill your bleeding tank these days?
Oh, stop, that's getting out of hand.
It's
I don't know.
ridiculous.
I just put 50 quid in and I don't look at how far it gets me until it's dipping around the 20-kilometre mark. Then I put another 50 quid in and I just
Yeah.
don't look.
I done 50 quid during the weekend, it just got me over half. I was heartbroken.
That's brutal.
Heartbroken.
Two
Really over
quid.
half.
2 quid for a litre now. It's cheaper to buy a bottle of milk.
Kids can't even go around cutting grass anymore, they can't afford the petrol.
If you see the post I shared today, it's cheaper to buy cocaine and run around everywhere than drive a car.
And you know, I'm bad for like reversing out in my garden and just driving up to the top of the road and then walking over to the shops. And then
Oh, you don't do that.
yeah.
Oh,
So I had to
Considering you live 30 seconds from the shop.
There's about 8 doors between me and the shop, and I just drive past them all and run to the shop and then drive back.
I can't believe you do that.
Sometimes I just forget the cars there and
Why
just
do
walk
you
straight
have
home.
the 6-pack and I don't? I walk the shop.
I don't know, mate. You ate the 6-pack, that's the problem.
Facts.
I don't know. Yeah, it's mental. It's very, very expensive.
It's
very expensive.
it's ridiculous. I can't
Blame
remember.
Russia.
It used to cost
Yeah,
me like
it seems-
46 euro to fill my car. Now it's like nearly 80 quid.
70, 80 quid, yeah, it's
Yeah.
madness.
Yeah. 46 euro to fill your car.
1.6 is all it
I
is.
have a 1.62, yeah, 50 just does half now.
Yeah,
Give or
yeah.
take.
Fucking mad.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so obviously with the whole Russia thing going on, I think it's gonna drive the prices up again.
I think we only get 5%. The gas that comes into this country, I think I heard somewhere that it's only 5% of the gas comes from
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Russia.
yeah.
I think the rest
Mm.
comes from Scandinavian countries.
Yeah, sure.
What was it?
Did we have natural resources off the coast and sold them, I think?
Yeah, we sold
Like
to
5%
Shell.
is probably a big lump. You know what I mean? You'd be surprised what 5% to do.
I'd
like.
say it'd be a big old chunk of change anyway,
Mm.
whatever that 5% is.
Well, I feel like that's enough. Where it is now, like, if it goes
It
past
can't
€2,
It can't go past.
I'm gonna have to start walking to the shop and all. It's a load of bollocks.
it's crazy. And then a pint.
And
I
we can't drive
paid
around
€6 for a pint of Guinness. €6 for a pint
the
of
local
Guinness.
or in
That's how
town, though?
much. That's how much it was costing me all last night in the Hurdy Lemon.
Oh my god,
€6 a pint, yeah.
it's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, like, well, what's a normally $5?
Used
I
to be-
don't think
used to be a
that-
Nah,
fiver.
Guinness is
No,
under a
it's really
fiver,
like-
isn't it?
No,
It should be. It should.
Yeah.
You shouldn't
pint
have
should
to
be a
break
fiver.
a tenner. You shouldn't have to break a tenner for a pint.
A point should be a fiver.
Max.
Yeah.
Max.
I've no problem not getting changed back.
2 points for a tenner, you're laughing.
Yeah.
You know, when you have to start breaking out change, it's like, here, mate, come on, will you?
Trying to show
We've
off that
kids.
monkey one up next to me here and I
I
would have been
know.
out all the ones and twos.
It's mental. Like a tenner can't get you 2 points.
You'll have to break into your throat while walking onto the pub next time.
I still have one from every year in school.
Joe, do you play video games at all?
Yeah.
You do? What games do you play?
I'm. I love Rocket League.
Rocket League's good, isn't
I
it?
love
on
it.
Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Oh, no way. Get
Did
him out
you,
of here.
did you download the Sideswipe on the phone?
No.
Joe, it's better than Rocket League.
Is
it's
it?
Rocket League for mobile, but it's actually better. I swear to God, it's better. Me and my son would be flat out playing it. It's quality.
I'll have to.
Oh, it's better than Rocket League.
Virgin.
What we'll play it now. We'll be live
Yeah,
on
let's
the
have a
podcast.
game, yeah.
Download it there, Joe. Give him the
Um,
Wi-Fi code, do you?
Do you play FIFA at all?
I don't. I mean, I
don't play it
know
anymore.
how to play it, but it's just kind of no. I'm not very good at it. So
Will you join our pro club?
No, the reason
Pro
I
Am.
asked is because it's big news that they're being released that it's finally coming cross-platform, which is a big deal. You know, if you play fucking PlayStation or may play as Xbox, you can't play against each other.
okay.
Next season you can, so it's a big deal. You know,
Wow.
For a man that doesn't like FIFA, how does that make you feel?
That's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
I just see,
all
I just
games
think of
should
the
be
money.
cross-platform.
At this day and age, yeah.
EA would have had to pay a heap load of money for that. A heap load of money
I
for
don't know. I don't know
I'd
what way it
imagine,
works.
I'd imagine it's more about getting the platforms to agree.
I think it's more
Yeah,
about
with money.
It's more about
Yeah.
PlayStation and Xbox collaborating, and I think Xbox aren't giving really PlayStation a choice now with the deals that they're doing recently.
Swinging
you
around
know?
that big old...
checkbook.
Yeah.
that. Nice save. Nice
dirty,
save.
veiny checkbook.
That throbbing checkbook.
Yeah. That purple-headed checkbook.
Have any of you seen the new Kanye West documentary?
No.
I haven't actually seen it, but I
Man,
I
please
hear a
say
lot
you
about
have.
it.
No, I haven't seen it, but you know what I love? I love all this mad hate energy he's giving Pete Davidson, because no matter what, he can't unbang his wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's nothing Kanye can do.
I
Like,
don't like that situation though, you know that? I'm not enjoying that at all.
I think Kanye's at fault for half.
You're not
of it.
enjoying it. It's nothing got to do with you. Just watch it from a distance. Like.
I think Kanye's just as bad in all of this. Do you know what I mean?
He's an arsehole. He's
Like, he
going on,
just can't accept the fact that one, his marriage is over.
But this is what I'm saying. It's
fair,
heartbreaking,
yeah,
lads.
absolutely. Right, fair enough. Like, his marriage is over, so probably his feelings are the type of way. That's understandable. But he's not making shit easier. Do you know what I mean? Going on social media the way he's doing
Look,
things.
what
like.
he's doing is wrong.
Threesomes and
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like,
that. This
Did he
track
post
was,
a picture of him having a threesome?
No, him and Theo Matt's like on a balcony, like the morning after.
I didn't see that.
Your one Julia, what was his missus name?
Oh, yeah, I don't
Or
know.
and some other missus.
But no, I just think it's
Yeah, man.
fucking heartbreaking. Like, the cunt is literally heartbroken, and he's trying to play cool, and it's just not working out for him. Like,
Joe, myself,
he's just digging himself.
myself
a
and
bigger hole.
Joe have got to be Team Pete Davidson in this because he's doing it for skinny white guys everywhere.
I'll take that.
You know what I mean? He's
I'll
rolling
take
around with Kim K right now.
Well, yeah, that's the new thing now, isn't it? Skinny white. There was like, look
Yeah,
at
I
Machine
I knew our
Gun
time had
Kelly.
come.
Finally.
Finally.
Machine Gun Kelly is fucking banging Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Giving each other that blood for a wedding and all.
that won't
what's
last.
the drummer?
Psychos.
What's the drummer's name?
Travis Scott.
Travis
Travis Barker.
Fucking-
Travis Barker.
Yeah,
Who's he with?
he's banging bleeding Julia Kardashian.
Which one now?
There's about
Because one
four
of
of
them's
them.
not flex.
Courtney.
They're all the Kardashians are having a little competition to see who can get with the skinniest fella. Who's the scrawniest?
They used to have a
ugly
type.
fucker that we can get with.
They used to have a different type, and now they're going skinny white guy.
Who else is that? Pete, like, you know, like Pete can pull, man. Do you see his list
He's
of
a
exes?
hot-
Ariana
Ariana-
Grande said he's
Ariana-
packing. He said he's laying pipe.
What's that other board's name out? Click. She's a bleeding cracker.
Click.
Adam
Click.
Sandler.
Adam. His wife in Click.
I can't
Jennifer,
remember.
no, it wasn't Jennifer Aniston. Who was his wife with Click?
She was just go with it, wasn't
I
it?
can't think of her name, but she's another cracker, and he was with her for a while. He must be fucking packing some serious heat.
How he hasn't been cast as the Joker yet.
Yeah, he's perfect.
He's a ringer for him.
Yeah, Jay, Google that there, will it? Because I'm debuting my engineer skills here. I'll fuck it up.
Did you see? Did you see what he done with his new music video as well?
Kanye?
Yeah.
No.
So basically, he delivered a bunch of roses in the back of a pickup truck
Oh yeah.
to a house for Valentine's Day.
Who, Kim
Right?
Kardashians?
Yeah, Kanye West did, right?
He only lives
But
across the road.
he made a music.
could have just brought him himself.
Lazy bastard.
Killing the environment.
He's doing
as
the
well.
Marty
So
goes
the
to the shop.
man
wonder
who
she broke
fucking
up with
goes fucking 8 houses down to the shop,
Yeah,
you
well,
big tick.
Kanye's killing the environment as well.
He's driving an
defending
electric
him.
truck, you dope.
No, he's not even driving. He's getting someone else to.
Yeah, true story. But basically, the
Hashtag
music
TNP.
video came out after Valentine's Day, yeah? And he murders Pete Davidson. Well, he doesn't murder him. He
He's
fucking...
walking around with his head and he buries it or
Oh,
something.
in the video, yeah.
Yeah, in the
Thanks.
music video.
It's not really Pete Davidson's head. It was
He-
just a cartoon.
No, it's Pete Davidson. He buries Pete Davidson and his head is sticking out, and he puts rose seeds on his head and waters them, and the roses are grown out of Pete Davidson's head, and he cuts them and puts them in a van at the end of the video. Do you know what I mean? So
Okay,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
he
yeah.
cut them roses and delivered
Yeah.
to the van.
See, he's a fucking genius. He's a genius.
And he makes
like.
great music and all that, and his little shots he's taking at Pete are great. But I go back to my original point in that, like, Pete can't unbang your wife. So he
No,
still
exactly.
No, what's
exactly.
wrong with
They just need to release
Wins. He
a.
wins.
They just need to release a part 2 of Kim's tapes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Featuring
it.
Pete Davidson.
Check me.
It's like, all right, make as
Yeah.
much fucking Instagram posts as you want. Job done.
Because they're practicing for it anyway.
It's but like I said, I think it's fucking sad. It's not nice seeing someone going through that and fucking acting all out, and like it's only gonna haunt them going forward. I
There's
think,
kids
you know?
involved in it as
Exactly,
well. Like,
it's
you know?
it's crazy. What was I gonna say? But the documentary, lads, is fucking unreal.
yeah, I
I've
want to
heard
watch it.
good things.
wanna
It's
watch it.
it's so fucking good, lads. I swear to God, he's so fucking in tune with his creative side of things, like how he comes up with shit, and then you see him and his ma's relationship is fucking beautiful. I've never seen a relationship like it. It is quality, and obviously she died then over. I think she was getting plastic surgery done,
Neck lift or something, I think.
something like that. Yeah. So imagine that, like,
yeah.
imagine like, you know, paying for your ma to get fucking work done, and then she passes, like.
Yeah.
I think it's mad. Like, Kanye West's ma went in to get that done and died. Like, and imagine the type of money Kanye West was, like the hospital he went into.
Yeah.
And like, there's girls here just go anywhere and get that stuff put on their lips
Yeah.
and all. That's
Yeah,
mad. Like,
I know.
such a risk. Like, do you
Oh,
know what
it's fucking heartbreaking, but lads, honest to God,
I mean? You know that stuff, Joe.
he is need Kate
I just think it's
Beckinsale.
dangerous. Like, do you know what I mean?
Kate Beckinsale.
Beckinsale.
Beckinsale, whatever her name is.
Oh yeah, she
I'm
was
not
in
good
it.
at second
What
names.
was the other
I
movie?
don't know.
The Underworld? Was that one?
Yeah, she's a bleeding cracker.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was banging her as well.
I can't picture
Who was? Who we talking
I
about?
just can't
Pete
picture.
Davidson.
Go on, Pete. I
Lethal.
was thinking Kanye was.
But It's
Kanye
so
ain't about
good,
that.
lads. Honest to God, watch it. Like, even, Joe, you'd love the kind of film side of it. Like, he had this guy that just followed him everywhere.
Yeah, the fact that
From-
he even had that, I think, that
so
just
long.
meant that he had the foresight to
Yeah.
see his success, and he just
Yeah.
always believed in it,
Yeah.
and he followed through on it, and it's
He
incredible.
Was, he was
incredible,
calling
man.
himself like a genius when he didn't even have a single release. Like, and
Yeah,
people
yeah.
were saying, how can he call himself a genius? Because, I am.
Yeah.
You know
In
what I mean?
fairness to the camera thing, like we're only on season 2, and we got one in to follow us around too.
There you go, yeah. Yeah.
Foresight,
It'd
you
be
call
worth
it.
it.
Shouts out, Ross.
You have the foresight, yeah.
Jay, let me
There you
ask you
go,
a
Ross.
question.
Your name's Foresight.
So you're going on about Kanye, yeah?
Yeah.
What is your opinion on his new girlfriend and
Kim too.
who she may or may not look like?
Look, the way it is, he obviously has a taste in women. Do
Great
you know what
taste
I
in
mean? Your one is still a cracker.
Yeah.
Do you know? But what I find mad, lads, right now, this could be me being a bit of an arsehole, but like,
Probably going to be, yeah.
look, if you have that like stature of fucking fame, like the caliber of women you can pull, surely make it easier to get over someone a lot easier than it would us, let's say. Do you know what I mean? Is that me being a bit fucking what's the word?
Facetious.
Well,
I don't think you were going for
I've
that
never
one.
even heard.
He definitely wasn't
Never
going for that
even-
one.
That's not even in my vocabulary.
You've done well with vocabulary though. Fair
I
play
know.
to you.
I struggled there. I was sweating getting that word.
You got it spot on.
I did.
Proud of
Well,
you.
maybe if you're that famous, well, then you're losing the challenge. Like, sometimes
Yeah.
it's the chase that's fun. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you're super famous and you can have anyone you want because
Yeah.
you're fucking Kanye West,
Yeah.
then you're losing the allure of the challenge. Whereas maybe getting Kim Kardashian was a little bit of a challenge for him.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely was. He was chasing her for years, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah. So that's probably what he was after.
Yeah.
And he can't get it with any old broad.
Yeah, like how do you
Off the street.
No matter how many he tries with.
How do you come back from Kim Kardashian? What's your thing on it, Jay? What do you think of it all?
I think it's creepy. The fact that he's gone with someone who looks remotely like her.
Mm.
You know?
Are you
I
saying
just-
like you should go for like a little skinny blonde now, mix it up, go the other way?
No, I think like I don't think
Speaking of-
whatever. I think personally, right? I think Kim Kardashian's looking at that and laughing at it.
Oh,
You know
100%.
what I mean? Like it's like this is how you're trying to get to me.
Every
I
time
think-
Pete lets her peek out
I
from
think
behind the
she's
duvet
scared,
cover.
lads. I think she's scared, and I think it's very dangerous what he's doing. To be honest with you, like
It's borderline stalkerish.
it
like,
is.
Do you know what I mean?
No, it is. It is.
And
It's-
obsessive.
This is what I'm saying. I don't think it's funny. I think it's sad. I think that people don't. They're just seeing the funny side of it when it's a human being. There's multiple human beings. Like Joe said, there's kids involved as well. Do you know what I mean?
But that's why I think he's such a genius that I don't even believe it. I think there's something else going on. There's something else
yeah.
at
Like he's
play.
setting
Big
her
up
up or
plan,
something.
like-
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
something to go that
I think the two of them, they know what it is. They know it's pure entertainment. And I mean, she's just been in the public eye. She fucking got famous having sex. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I wouldn't put her past her.
Did you watch it?
The sex tape?
Yeah.
I don't watch porn.
They could- like you said there's humans and all involved in this. They couldn't be any more removed from reality than anyone else on planet Earth.
Everyone's human.
Anyone with
Martin.
piss off.
Now explain.
Yeah, come on, Martin. Elaborate.
Like
My
their-
vocabulary.
Their life is nothing. Like it's incomprehensible to people like us. You know what I mean? Like
No, we know, but
Yeah.
that's still. Everyone has fear. Like that doesn't go away, Martin. You know?
You,
what I mean? Money
you're of
doesn't-
the opinion though as well. Like I remember you saying to me about Conor McGregor, right? But like if he walks into a room
yeah.
and there's 2,000 women there, the majority of the 2,000 women,
Wanna
suck a stick.
go off with him? Say.
you put it so elegantly, Jay. Yeah, do
Before
you know
I'm
what I
going to
mean?
be grown ups about.
Let's be real here. You know what I mean?
Let's
Yeah,
keep
so
it
do
a
you think
cow
that's
out.
like that's what kind of like clouds their judgment or something like that? Like
Yeah,
celebrities.
I'm saying, like, and you're saying, like, their lives are just so different, so far removed from ours. Like, I just think it's weird that we get upset for them. Like, you know what I mean? They're not sitting at home
Yeah.
crying, worrying about you.
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
empathetic for
You know,
anybody.
you put it on when you're on the podcast and then you're a bleeding nightmare of it. You hate everyone, you lunatic.
You were empathetic for Roman Abramovich, the multi-billionaire, no?
Not empathetic, no.
Don't mind him. He's
No
not-
feelings for anybody. That's where we go.
here.
No one gets a feeling.
Speaking of skinny blondes, another fucking series that's out that's quality is Pamela and
Segway.
Pamela and Pam and Tommy.
The
Have any
Tiggle
seen
Biddies.
that?
I've seen the original, the movie.
You don't have time to watch
On the
that,
boat.
do
I
you?
can't. I mean, any chance I get to watch TV, it has to be some like.
Your own stuff.
It has to be like TLC trash, like 90 Day Fiance or Love Is Blind. Do you watch
It's
Love Is
basically
Blind
that,
on
yeah.
No, I
Netflix?
did actually.
Yeah,
what do you
like
think of that?
I love it.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
quality,
trash,
innit?
trash stuff. Like it seems like when you turn on Pam and Tommy, you need to kind of sit down and go, Okay, I have to get emotionally invested in these
And
characters.
tissues.
You have to warm your neck up because you're watching it like that.
For what reason now?
For crying, obviously,
Oh, yeah,
heartbreak
for
and that,
crying,
that
yeah.
tape got
When tears,
leaked.
when
Did you
tears
ever see
meet
the
semen, huh?
I did see the tape, and I actually watched the tape after watching the series again.
It's
A little
research,
good night
babe.
by yourself,
Research,
wasn't it?
Research, that's it. But
Garvey's research sounds like this. Mash it up, I'm researching.
stop.
And now in his
researching the
bedroom,
guts
he has
off
the sound
myself.
coming out of the fucking walls, man.
Oh, stop me! Hoover was left on for about 20 minutes. Well, you clean my room. But no, it's actually it's actually quality as well. Pam and Tommy is very.
I'm gonna go to Kanye one first. I think that sounds
It's,
deadly.
no, it is. It's very good. But Pam and Tommy is quality as well. It's a good little insight. But Love is Blind is quality. I love
Yeah.
all that reality TV shit.
Oh yeah.
I watched a bit of Love on the
it's best.
Spectrum. That was good. Did you watch that?
No,
About the autistic people.
no.
Yeah,
You
I
watched that
watched, I watched that. Yeah.
That was deadly. That was.
Yeah. It was
Just
like
to kinda-
Undateables.
Sorry, go ahead. No,
That's it.
just to kind of touch on just to go back to the Kanye thing. Sorry, Conor Miley basically said towards the end of part 3, you really see his mental health deteriorate.
Yes, you do.
And that she most likely couldn't handle that anymore. Do you know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
can kind of take that into
No,
account.
you
as well.
can, like, you can see, and that's why the documentary is so good. Like, it shows the different stages he's at in his life. You know what I mean? It's so good, lads. But
I hate when you're on a
Um,
rant and people just come back with sound logic all the time. Like,
Fuck that shit.
just
Like,
rant
let me just
rant
go
with
off
me,
on one.
Connor. Just rant with me.
But people at the peak of their arena, wherever it is, they have to have a little bit of. You have to be a bit psychopathic.
They
I
say that
agree.
about
To have
high performing
100%.
businessmen. Like they
Yeah,
all
yeah.
have like psychopathic traits. Like that's why I'd always say that. Like Kanye West just has to be wired different. Like music must sound different to him. He must
it
hear notes
does,
that I don't hear. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah,
100. We don't
Like-
hear music like he does.
I agree. He's a
Like-
genius. Like he's just going about this arseface.
It's like anyone. It's like Joe watching a film. Like Joe doesn't watch a film the way you watch a film. Like, do you know what I mean? You probably like Joe.
Alright,
would you
Garvey.
be pure? Shut up, man.
we all
I don't even know how to
experience
watch a
life
film now.
differently.
Exactly.
You know, we all
Yeah.
experience life differently. We all think. I mean, even colours. Like I see a can of Coke down there and it's red, but what you perceive there's like theories that you're perceiving it completely different.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
all
And
experience
we
life.
all
That's red.
we all know
It's
that's red.
Joe.
But
what is
we all
red?
know it's
Red
red.
could
be
But
different.
what is red?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I know what you mean.
We all experience life through the spectrum of our experiences.
Go on, Martin.
That's what.
Mm.
That's. I'm gonna drop
Who,
that.
who'd you
Yeah,
rock
we
that
need
quote
like
I
a.
don't know. I'm pretty sure I read it somewhere.
off? Yeah, no, it's a good one.
sounds
I like
good.
it.
Stick
Yeah.
that in a t-shirt.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, lads. I think we covered everything there.
There's a couple of questions here, Jay, if you want.
Yeah, bang them
For
all
Joe.
out there.
So Conor Miley wants to
Oh,
know:
loads
have
of
you ever
holes, Mick,
considered doing any theatre?
Sorry.
Conor Miley wants to know: have you ever considered doing any theatre?
I did theatre like before. I don't like theatre as in
You just
dramatic theatre
know.
performances. I don't know. I've done some of that before.
Pantos.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, I did. I'm fucking talking here.
I know. He's
Sorry,
rude.
Listen
fucker.
to me.
So sorry.
He's
No.
new to this.
I don't know. I do stand-up comedy. I've done stand-up comedy before, and I want to go back into stand-up comedy. I don't know if that's theatre, and then maybe live podcasts. Is that theatrical? Maybe not. Maybe so. I don't know. Like
How would you go about
In the
getting back into
spectrum.
comedy? How would you start that off? Would you just go do 5 minutes somewhere? Or?
yeah, 5-10 minutes.
Tell
How
us
would
a
it take you
joke.
to get that much material?
It's not. It doesn't work like that.
That's what I said, man. You thought it was serious there, for fuck's sake.
No, only messing. How long would it take you to work on, say, 5 minutes material?
I don't know. Like I have a lot of notes and material in my phone. The same way you'd come up with a sketch, like you just come up with a set,
Yeah.
and talk about shit. The same shit that you could talk about here, you could just refine that and craft it into a joke, an anecdote, a story, and
Oh, that's something I actually love about Darren. Like, you know, when you have a stupid like moment, like let's say you bang your fucking foot on the table, and then you make the video of it there and then, like that, they're the golden fucking comedic moments that I love. You know, when they do. Trying to think of another fucking scenario, but Darren does it all the time. It's like I'm trying to think. My mind is just fucking blank.
Like when you
today.
bang your toe off the door on the way out or something like that?
Are you winding me up?
Is that what you just said?
that's literally what he just said. I thought you were taking the piss.
Do you know? Do you know?
He's just not listening to you at all.
Every time he talks, the light catches him and his
check them.
tongue is pure pink. And I might have been sitting there looking at it. I swear to God, it's mad pink. I might have been eating something. I was thinking.
Oh, you're a madman.
Sorry.
So, going back into comedy, Joe, is that where you like hope to see yourself in the grand scale of things? Like,
I don't know. I really don't know, and I don't like to kind of set myself a goal. I just want to keep moving forward, and whatever kind of comes up, I'll take it or I won't take it, and I'll keep moving. If it feels right, then I'll do it. Like stand-up comedy for me right now doesn't feel right at this point in time, but I feel like down the line it's something that I might get back into doing.
I think you'd be good at it as well.
Oh, thanks, man. Nice one.
No, we do. Honest to God, obviously you listen to your podcast a little bit, and I think some of the shit you do come out with is gas on the fly.
Yeah.
And that's when you know someone can really have potential in that field, you know.
Cheers, yeah. Nice
But
Why don't you listen to a little bit?
Yeah, no, fucking.
I've listened to a few. Like I haven't listened to them all. Have you listened to any? No, you don't.
To be fair, Mark doesn't even watch us back. You know what I mean?
I don't do it
social
anymore,
media and all
to be
that stuff.
I don't watch those anymore.
Like I don't think.
What are we doing for?
For everyone else.
I'm sitting here watching it
For
on the
Ross.
telly, I'm blown away with it.
Getting dizzy.
Yeah, for us.
Speaking, you said a live show for your podcast. The Talking Bollocks lads actually done their live show last night. Actually, fair play to them. Like from where they started to where they are now, like it's mad, isn't it?
I mean, they've got such a strong following.
It's just
they
a
sold
you're
out.
the townie as well.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
I'm more towny than them though.
Where in town you from?
Summer Hill.
Is that north side or south side?
Definitely sounded like
Northside.
strawberries.
No way.
Southside is not towny.
No, you're right, it's not. We have a nice side. Ours is a nice little kind of corner of it.
We wouldn't even define this as any side. I'm like, this is the country.
Yeah, it is,
This
isn't
is
it?
like, it's
We're right on the periphery.
yeah. It's like when you're playing Farmville and you can't get past that. You know when you play the game and the wall. Yeah, that's it. This is past that wall. Like
You celebrate just like 5 minutes that way, and that's Kildare, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're tucked away in the corner, yeah.
Did you go
Nice
to
though.
the show yourself?
no, I would have liked to go to the show, but it sold out like in pre-sale. Like
Right.
it didn't even go on general sale, and I think it sold out like straight away.
Like hotcakes.
It actually
Yeah.
looked. It actually looked gas. It looked very good, Jay, didn't it? We
did.
were looking at the little intro that you had. The song is pure intro song to walk out.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
But when would you hope to do something like that? Like, is that coming soon? Do you think? Or
So we're writing Free Gaff at the minute, and that's full on, and then other stuff like brand stuff at the same time, and then we're going to be shooting Free Gaff as soon as we finish writing it. So what date's now? March. We'll finish that at the end of April, and then we'll start thinking about doing a live show probably May.
where would you be thinking? Liberty Hall, Vicar Street?
I don't know yet. Not too sure. It might be Liberty Hall. Liberty Hall has good capacity. It just kind of.
But I think it's a bigger than that already now. Like, obviously because you both have your individual following as well on top of the podcast listeners. So I think that'll, even people that don't listen to the podcast will probably go to a live show just for the individual.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I
For
think
you
so too. Yeah,
So,
I think so too.
So book the point.
Do you know, like I think the point might be too big, but like I do think
Vicar
bigger
Street, I
With something like
think.
the
Like actually,
Olympia.
it's class.
Bigger Street take a big
Ennis-
cut. Take a big
Ennis-
cut.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like 2,000 people, is it that the venue?
2,000 people. It's run by Aiken Promotion, and they usually put their own acts on.
Oh, right.
So, but there's like, I don't know. It's weird. There's actually not a lot of venues around Dublin when you
Yeah.
actually start looking for a place. You're like, oh shit.
And like, would you be clued in with all that stuff? As in, like, do they? Obviously, we hope to do a live show eventually when we start to grow. You know, that's the plan for us as well. With regards to like the setup and stuff, do the venues cover all that stuff? As in, like the light and the mics and all, or do you need to bring in people for that stuff? Do you not? Are you clued in with that?
Yeah, you'd need to bring your own sound engineer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. There'd have to be an option for them to provide it, though, surely.
They probably could, yeah.
Yeah.
But they charge you for it.
Yeah.
They charge a rental fee for the location, and then whatever staffing is needed, sound engineer, lighting engineer, and then if you bring in your own props, I don't know what you bring, but that would have to be arranged.
Like, there's a lot of work in the lads, isn't it? Like, I was looking at the lads set up last night, and they just had like a carpet, 3 sofas, and like it was pretty basic, but it was enough for what they were doing. It was like you said, Jay, the overlap. That
It was like from what it looked like they had a house as well. Do you know what I mean? So I just think it gave a good look to it. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't too much, you know, and I think that it was enough for them.
Yeah, I would have loved them to go just to see what way they done it, get a few ideas from it and stuff. You know.
Have you ever been to a live podcast before?
Never, no, never. That's like we will have to go to one.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get invited to your one for free.
We'll see, lads. We'll see.
I listened to a few of the Kevin Smith ones. They were good. He
Come
did
here.
them live. He kind of started all that, didn't
Yeah, I think it's good when you have a guest. Were you going to
Yeah.
say something?
Yeah, speaking of podcasts, there's a question here for you. When's your 101 podcast coming back?
Oh, I don't know. I really just don't have the time to put so I have a podcast where I put a bet together and it comes to 100 to 1. 100 to 1.
All right. Well done,
minimum
Jay.
and
Was that a question in the comments?
Yeah.
All right.
It's all the sports over the weekends. So the American football's over, so that was a big part of it. I haven't been watching as much UFC, so I'm kind of out of the loop a little bit.
Right.
But the Irish League is starting again. That's usually good for a bet. So it's something that I want to get back to doing, but I just don't have the time to do it. So
Who do you support? Shells?
Shells, yeah, I'm a Shells
Shells.
supporter, yeah.
You big
Shells
gambler,
fan
eh?
myself.
I'm a big gambler.
Love it now. Flutter, do you?
I'd have a flutter, yeah.
Good
yeah.
man. Good man. Did you have a bet, Garvey?
No, not really.
Just our bets.
Just just our bets
Fair
because I love
enough.
robbing news on money.
You
No,
both
I
owe me
wouldn't
50
be.
in May, boys.
Oh, no,
It's
yeah.
looking like that in the
Yeah,
J.
Both owe me
Yeah.
50 in May.
We bet that United finish on top of Arsenal, but
But I'm finishing on top of the boys.
I'm saying nothing. I'm
Cash
saying
money.
nothing. Listen, Joe, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate.
Can I
Has
just
it?
say
Yeah.
something before we go?
Of course you can.
I just want to say a big happy birthday to my
Oh,
bestest
God.
friend in the whole world tomorrow. Happy 30th, Emma. Love you, baby. Bye bye.
Your best friend.
Yeah.
Your best friend.
Yeah.
And what else is she?
Me missus and me
Your
fiance.
future wife.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the lighting, Martin, or but you look really red now.
Yeah,
after
yeah.
saying that.
Because I'm not been sitting here thinking he's going to wrap this up. Wait, I'm waiting to jump in over it. But she'll get a kick out of that, so we'll do it anyway.
Oh,
Happy birthday,
happy
Emma.
birthday, Emma.
Have a lovely day. Yeah, Joe, absolute pleasure, mate.
I just vibrated. She texts me.
Oh, she's watching. She's watching.
She's
always watching.
absolute pleasure, Joe.
Catches me in the shower all the time.
Yeah, you happy with that?
Yeah, delighted with that. I think we'll actually get you on again. That was very smooth flowing. I enjoyed that. It wasn't too Darren Conway-esque, you know, where he was giving me the yes and no's. I'm only joking.
Am I right in saying there was no marble notes? Oh, there was one at the start.
There's loads of marble
Was
mouths.
there?
Should I stop talking once or twice completely?
McLaughlin was a couple.
Yeah, the very beginning, yeah.
Bring a different name next time, will you?
Yeah. Just call me Mac, Joe Mac.
Joe Mac. Right, Ross.
Joe Natural.
Thanks very much. How did you find today?
Transition was mad.
Transition, so you're a woman now.
Yeah,
Ross.
the transition from left to right is a bit sketchy. But no, other than
Swapped
that,
out the Willie.
it's a work in progress, lads.
So, you used to watch the podcast from home. What's it like being here now, is it?
It's actually savage, you know. I have to say the actual drop back in person is quality. Seeing you all together, savage. You know what? One big family, lads.
Big round of applause for Ross. Big round of applause.
Are you crying?
Are you crying? Jay, give him an applause.
Oh, stop.
Here you go, Ross.
Fair play to you. I actually thought you were going to press the wrong button.
I thought you would
It says cheers.
I know, but you could mix it up because he doesn't
The one
have...
underneath
Now
it.
give Garvey a wow
Do
for
you know
trying to
what I
catch you out.
Yeah.
Come
Oh,
on.
I get you.
Go on, give me a wow, see if you find it. Yeah.
Yes.
Right, thanks, Jay. See us out if you know how to do that.
I haven't a clue.
Just get them out and go on to OBS and then
Yeah,
stop
sure, look,
streaming.
yeah. We're Gucci. I have that sorted, lads.
Thanks for watching, folks. Tune in next week where we will be joined by I don't know yet.
That's a good guest. Take it easy.
Maybe
Peace.
no one.
Stopped.